welcome to the first episode of Zero to Hero in Rage of Sage Online. Starting off, we're gonna go through the rules. First of all, I can obtain items from experienced players already playing the game. Second of all, I can't use my other accounts to progress, which means I can't use my main. Third, make sure the player progress isn't affected by series. This basically means that I need to stall on other accounts, so I won't get recognized and people just buy the stuff because of the series. Which limits the amount of interference me doing the series will have on the player progress throughout the series. Another thing to note is I won't be participating in the 10-year anniversary events, because being lucky in an event doesn't show real player progress. But I am allowed to take part in credit and IGS sales during the event. And that's it, let's get started. We will start with creating a Lance character, which limits us to 3 classes: Voyager, Crusader and Sharpshooter. We'll call him Calyx, change some hair and start an Argent. I've already planned which class I want to start with. We're going for the Sharpshooter class because of the cheap costs, high damage output, range capabilities, and strong mobility, the best and most versatile starter class. To start up with, we get some gear. We get a 135 card, some starter equipment, and a ferry. We're now level 135. We won't be going for either DS or a FC character, so 135 fits us perfectly. The first thing to do is getting the class. We already chose Sharpshooter, so we're going with that. Sharpshooter mainly focuses on accuracy, and after that focus on constitution. We're getting some starter weapons, some for DS, some for FC characters, but we'll just go to the end because we're 135 and therefore need the best weapon possible. And we'll just quickly get rid of the welcome quest. We're not trying to get to heaven to get the first, second and third rebirth. To do that we need to heal up and then use the goddess favor. We'll then go to the first MC, get the stones and then rebirth from 1 to 3. And if you forgot like me, you need to take off all equipment before you can rebirth. And you need a few inventory slots, and since we don't have the complete 48 slot inventory yet, I'll have to delete a few items. With the rebirths out of the way, we can move on to the formalities. We need to get the 48 slot inventory, so that's what we will do now. To finish off with, we're just gonna get an amplifier for drop rate. The next thing to do is getting the skills for Sharpshooter. All the basic skills can be found in Icicle at this NPC. Purchase the books and max the level of each individual skill. Since we don't have any use of the leftover weapons, we'll just delete them to make the inventory a bit cleaner and give us a general overview of what we currently have. For Sharpshooter, we realistically only need 2 skills so far, those being Enfeeble and Rousing. Since we don't have Master Teleport in main, a gun or a bow, but let's just equip what we have in one matter early game. Regarding stat points, increasing the accuracy stat will give us a higher damage output. Once filled, we'll then go into Constitution. There's mainly 2 builds for Sharpshooters in the PvP scene, Glass Cannon and Tanky. Since we're just starting, we'll focus on getting enough power output to farm in Thunder Path and maybe have a chance at Chaos Thunder. We'll need a Medal of Valor in order for us to participate in Chaos Thunder, so I'll just go grab that real quick and then move on to Thunder Path. Most of your time as a new player will be used in Thunder Path. As shown in the background, using the Sharpshooter is quite alright in terms of efficiency. But compared to Merchant, it's irrelevant. We need to farm as efficiently as possible, since IGS points are the essence of income and progress for a new player. Along with that, we also get a few 100 million notes, and most importantly, cooling cards, which we need to obtain and augment a fearless set, which is the end game, so to speak, equipment for a starter character. So in order for us to farm efficiently, we will create a merchant. Normally you won't be able to see the Amy in the character creator if you're full screen, which explains why I have windowed the game while creating the character. The merchant is a new class exclusive to Rage of Sage Online. It's a glass cannon dual wielding Amy with a focus on raw damage output. The class focuses on strength and accuracy regarding stat points to improve its max damage. Late gamers has a secondary focus on dodge, but we will save that for now and just quickly get the essential items and boosts in order for us to farm Thunder Path. The merchant's skills can be found in Icicle, the most important one being Mythical Transfusion. It's an AoE damage skill that's quite efficient for killing enemies and mobs in Thunder Path. Now that everything for the merchant is sorted, let's just get started on farming. For this farming period we got 135 cooling cards and quite a few IGS crystals. We will quickly move those onto our Sharpshooter, claim them and take a look at what the store has to offer us, along with what to buy. The IGS can be claimed right at Arch and Fountain at this NPC. And the store can be found at the top right corner at Visit the IGS. You put in your security code and voila, you're in. The shop has much to offer in regards to potions, equipment, forging and character customization. What we're looking for though is the Keeling set, since it's needed to obtain a field set. During event periods, you'll find that the promotion tab has some items which is normally quite hard to obtain. The price is often between 2 to 9,000 IGS and sometimes even up to 40,000 for items such as the base and game gear. Therefore you should keep a lookout on during events and note down the time of sale so you can come prepared, since there's a limited amount of each item. Next on the to-do list is getting sealed fearless equipment, but before we do that we will quickly stock up on potions. Using the Rage of Sage Online's website, you'll find the ability to search the game's database. The database makes it possible to search for items put in stores. We can use this to search for a Master Pet Summon Scroll, which will drop sealed fearless chests and guaranteed identical summon scroll, meaning we can farm it endlessly if we can kill it. Since we're not quite strong enough yet, I've put out a message in World Chat saying that I'm new and want help with killing the Master Pet. And there we go, someone wants to help. Perfect. We meet up a little outside of Argent and I summon the first Master Pet. I need to stay cautious though, since it's quite strong for a new player like me. Keep farming it till you have about 30 to 50 chests, so we're sure to get the equipment we need. Now you just need to start opening the chests. What we need is the boots, armor and gloves along with the gun, maybe a bow. This is of course all relative, depending on what class you chose at the beginning. If you get more than one of the armor pieces, keep it, because in the long term you'll need it to augment your fearless set. In order for you to unseal your fearless equipment, you'll need to talk to this NPC. He will tell you what items you'll need to unseal each equipment. It can be either fractured skulls, rusted gear, or unwanted shield, depending on the equipment type. The items can all be purchased at the NPC for healing cards. The fearless emblem you'll most likely also notice in the shop window is for upgrading the Keeling necklace and rings to fearless. But if you farm a little bit, you'll be able to obtain enough IGS to just buy it from the IGS store. For now we only have enough cooling cards to upgrade 3 parts, the gun, the glove and the armor. We will now move on to the new sheepskin scrolls, also called NSS, we obtained in Thunder Path. If double-click, the scroll gives us a treasure map. The specific one we're looking for are the ones for the treasure island, since it's small and minimizes the amount of running around we have to do between each dig. The other treasure maps can be thrown out or used if you feel you want to try your luck. On our first dig we are insanely lucky, getting an augment prevent decrease, which is a rare item that can be sold for a lot. In order for us to be able to stall in this game, we need to get some life skills and get the stall skill. The skill can be found at this NPC, where you'll also be able to get life skill points. Using the website's database, we are able to determine how much a normal augment prevent decrease is worth. We'll set it a little bit lower so it sells faster. After that we can just log off, because Rage of Sage Online has offline stalling. And that's all for today, thanks for watching.